Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Now, this is a off the cuff discussion because recently I had another friend of a friend who had tennis elbow and is asking for advice and questions, and I know a lot of people know my situation. I've done several videos on it, and they're asking me what racket should they use, this and that, and I get so much information that it's hard just to explain in a text or in a short conversation what to do. So I'm putting this video together, and basically this video is telling you don't mess around with tennis elbow. A lot of people get bits of information here and there from their friends, and they may even go to a doctor, a physical therapist, and this and that. But I'm here to tell you I dealt with it twice, and one long term and one not so long term, because I think I got down to the nitty gritty of what needs to be done. Now, what needs to be done? Tennis elbow is serious. It's not going to get better on its own if you keep playing with the equipment you're playing with your current form, or the intensity and frequency for which you play, and your fitness level. So, basically, my advice and what I'm going to be talking about here is you need to attack it on all fronts. What is all fronts? Well, it means just don't do a little exercise. Just don't take rest. Just don't put an arm sleeve and call it a day. Just don't put a brace. Just don't get acupuncture. You need to attack it on all fronts. You need to do all of the above. And I've seen and talked to many people where I offer advice, and I offer the main points because it's a huge laundry list of advice. And I could see in their face and even in their instant replies that they're going to dismiss the advice right away. And I seen it dismissed, and even some went off into surgery without even trying some of the main points that I pointed out. Like, my first reaction to someone asking me about tennis elbow, I asked what racket do they play with. Usually that's a telltale sign of where the pain is coming from, and they tell me, and if I feel that racket has a history of causing arm problems, they don't want to hear it. They rather go into surgery or rather stop playing than change a racket. I'm not telling you to dump it forever. I'm not telling you to go and spend $1,000 on new rackets. There's arm-friendly rackets that are more affordable than the one that's currently hurting your arm. So, if you're unwilling to even take those first few major steps to try to recover from tennis elbow, then you're going to have a long, painful road ahead of you, and even leading to surgery, or even leading to more damage. Definitely leading to more damage if you don't make radical changes now. The time wasn't yesterday. Don't think about it. You need to go now. So, what I'm going to say is a little bit controversial, and people don't want to hear it, and it's probably you, but take a good listen to somebody who's been through it, who's seen other people's been through it, and got major detailed conversations of their path from tennis elbow, or even currently dealing with tennis elbow. So, let's say I'm not a doctor. I'm just someone who has a lot of experience with tennis elbow and talking to tons of people about it in great detail. So, the first culprit and the easiest change you could make is your racket. There are certain rackets, Babolat comes to mind, that is notorious for being stiff and causing arm, shoulder issues, wrist issues. How do I know this? Well, I've owned two Babolat rackets where I enjoyed, yes, you get nice racket head speed, top spin, and I played with a racket for a while until my arm wanted to fall off. And then I had to put them away, and 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 that was my experience with Babolat rackets. It was an instant, quick. I'll tell you quickly what happened. I bought these rackets. I played with monofilament, 50 pounds. Was playing great, plenty of spin, head speed, great kick on the serve, blah blah blah. Lost a little drive on the net, and whatnot, but great spin. Babolat holds up to his reputation of a great spinning racket. I said, wow, it's not hurting my arm. Maybe these rackets and my arm is better. Let me string it with a soft poly. So I string it with a soft poly, and after a match that night, I could not sleep because the pain in my arm was intense. I had to pop ibuprofen, and I finally got to sleep at 5 in the morning, and I had a match the next day. I was about ready to look for a replacement. I woke up okay, and I switched strings, and I played with monofilament again at 50 pounds, played the match, no pain. So that right there tells me instantly that Babolat with stiff poly strings hurts my arms or my arm, and that just proves to me that what I say about Babolat is true, because most people that got shoulder injuries, elbow injuries, usually have Babolats. Another female teammate, oh, I got shoulder hurts, this and that. I lent her my Pro Kennex racket, which is an arm-friendly racket. I said, play with this a couple weeks and tell me how you feel. She plays with it a couple weeks, says, oh, my shoulder doesn't hurt. I'm like, that's because it's your Babolat racket. So she says, oh, what racket should I buy? I said, look into, it's not the most arm-friendliest racket, but it's way more friendlier than the Babolat. I told her to look into a DR Yonex 98 or 100, and she bought that racket. Never complained to me about shoulder issues again. Other examples of people that heed the warning and change their racket and change their strings. Like I said, my Babolats played okay with soft strings at 50 pounds. So maybe you don't have to get rid of your Nadal Holy Grail racket. You know, let's just try changing strings. Let's make a serious investment in our health and our body by going natural gut. In the mains, at least, if you want to cut costs down. But how much is arm pain worth to you? If you take natural gut and do it at a hybrid and put it in the mains with a soft cross string, you're doing your body a whole great of good, because you're taking care of your health, you're cutting down pain, your enjoyment of tennis stays high and not a miserable experience. And tennis elbow just doesn't stop hurting when you stop playing tennis. It affects everyday life, typing on the computer, handling the remote control, turning doorknobs, driving, lifting up a cup of coffee. It hurts day and night. So that's the number one thing you have to do, and that's just one part of many about changing, attacking tennis elbow on all fronts. Now there's other topics which I'm making this video too long. So my next video, I'm going to talk about technique. Your technique may be leading to arm issues. And it's not only good to address technique for health and tennis enjoyment wise, But hey, if you get the right technique, you're a better player. You're playing more efficient. You're hitting better shots. So you're gonna have a double benefit. Clean up your technique, get better, and relieve your arm of pain or future pain. You could recover from tennis elbow, but still have a bad technique, and then hopefully maybe with good technique, maybe you could go back to your favorite arm harmful racket if you so desire, with natural or whatchamacallit, soft strings, monofilament, synthetic gut. Natural gut, synthetic gut. Don't cheap out on your health. Natural gut is there, a great option. I've used it a long time, and of course, when I got better, I went away from it and had great success. But if I feel anything, a twinge or something, I'll throw it back in, because I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to keep improving, and I'm not going to let tennis elbow pain bring down my playing time or my enjoyment. So if you like this and you want more tips on how to attack tennis elbow on all fronts, check out my other videos, because it's just too much information for one video. And subscribe to the channel, help me out, and let's enjoy tennis together pain free.